Love to show you in just a few easy steps in a matter of minutes using only 3 materials, you can create a macrame plant hanger of your very own. Let's get started. So the first thing you want to do is you want to find your material. This is cotton macrame cord and it's single strand. It's available in my Etsy shop. It's 100 feet, which is the exact amount that you're going to need for one plant hanger. So it makes it super easy to know just how much you need without investing a lot of money into a giant spool if you're just starting out. Now, if you don't have cotton macrame cord, you can also use any kind of rope or twine that you have laying around your house. As long as you have about 100 feet of it, you should be fine. You can also find some rope at hardware stores. There are lots of websites online that you can also find this. Amazon, other big macrame suppliers sell it as well, but I believe you would have to most likely buy a larger quantity. So if you're just starting out, this is probably a good size for you. But yeah, you can use any kind of material that you want. Once you find the rope or string that you're going to use, the next thing that you want is something to hang your macrame plant hanger from. If you have a large key ring like this one here, this actually works pretty good. So you can find some of these just sitting around the house if you don't want to go out and buy other wooden hoops or metal hoops. This is a 4-inch diameter metal hoop. They make really good plant hangers if you want to do something large and kind of dramatic. The large hoops work really well. Or you can use a wooden hoop like I have here. You can find them online or any kind of craft store. In measuring out your macrame cord, you are going to want to make 8 10-foot long pieces. What I like to do is I'll use my arm's length to get 5 feet, and then I'll fold it in half, and that gives me 10 feet. So you can use this as a guide, or you can do each one individual as long as you have 8 total. Once you have cut 8 10-foot long pieces of rope or string, you want to hang them on your hoop like this. Once you have your rope or string on your hoop, make sure that none of them are overlapping and that the ends are all lined up and even at the bottom, and you're ready to start making your knots. So the first knot we're going to make is the square knot. The square knot is going to secure this group of string together so that it doesn't move on the hoop. The way we're going to do that is we're going to take the 2 back strings, we're going to take the right string over the top of the group of strings to make a number 4. Then we're going to take the left back string, we're going to go under the top string and through this hoop that we made by making the number 4, and we're going to tighten them and secure at the top. Now the square knot is that same knot except alternating. Now we're going left and then we're going right again. Then we go left and tighten. We're going to go ahead and do a total of 10 of these square knots. Right now we have 4. We're going to do 6 more, and I'm going to speed up the camera just a little bit. Now, as you can see here, I kind of left some spacing. I didn't scrunch them all the way up to the top. I kind of left them spaced out, so wherever the square knot landed and when I tightened it is where it ended up. I think it adds a little bit of extra character to the top of your plant hanger. Again, we have done 10. You can maybe do a few more, maybe 12, maybe 15, but I wouldn't go any more than that. Otherwise, you'll have really short pieces at the end that you'll need later. Once we've finished making the square knots at the top, to secure our plant hanger to the hoop, we're going to find 4 pieces of rope or string next to each other. And this is going to start making the arms of your plant hanger. We're going to continue making square knots on the arm of the plant hanger. We're going to do about 5 down the side, and I'm going to speed up the camera just a little bit while I do that. Then we're going to find the other 4 strands, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to do 5 square knots on this one, 5 square knots on another group of 4, and then 5 square knots on the last remaining group of 4, and those are going to be the arms of your plant hanger. Now that we have the arms of our plant hanger established and we've done 5 square knots on each of the 4 arms of our plant hanger, we're going to then jump down about 6 to 8 inches and we're going to make another square knot. And we're just going to do it twice this time and just do 1 square knot about 6 to 8 inches down. We're going to go ahead and do the same square knot, just the 1 square knot, all the way around on the other arms of the plant hanger. So when doing this, you want to make sure that they are even, and one good way to make sure that the square knot is even to the other square knot on the plant hanger arm is to line them up and kind of adjust them so that that top knot is lined up with the other, so that when you pull it tight, they match. Once we have dropped down 6 to 8 inches and made our square knot on each one of our plant hanger arms, we're going to drop down another 6 to 8 inches, and we're going to do the same exact thing on each one of the plant hanger arms. So there will be 2 square knots added to each one of the 4 arms of the plant hanger. Now once we have added 2 square knots to each one of the 4 arms of the plant hanger, we need to start making our basket. So in order to make our basket, we need to connect these individual plant hanger arms together, and to do that, we will take the 2 side-by-side plant hanger arms, grab the center 4 strings, and make a square knot to tie them together. You want to move this square knot down about 4 inches or so. Tighten as usual and continue all the way around until all 4 arms are connected. Once we've connected the 4 arms of the plant hanger together and we've started making our basket, this is where your plant pot is going to sit. We want to give it a little bit more space, a little bit more of a basket. So we're going to connect it again under the connecting square knots that were made before. We want to do it again, probably about 2 inches down from the first set. Now we have 2 areas on the plant hanger arms that are connected. We have connected this one up here, and we have connected it again down here, so that when your plant sits in here, it has a big enough basket area. So the last step is we need to secure these strands together, and in order to do that, we need to do what's called a gathering knot. So at the bottom here, we're going to make a gathering knot by using your guide string that you had cut earlier. We're going to cut about 2 feet of this. Using this 2-foot long piece, we are going to do what's called a gathering knot at the bottom of these connecting square knots here. So move your fingers down about 1 inch or so, put your extra strand over top of the collected string and make a loop and hold on to the loop just like that. Once you have your loop and this extra long piece of string, you want to circle around where your fingers are, making sure that you are pulling relatively tight. It doesn't have to be super tight, but you want to go around about 4 or 5 times. Then you want to take this piece, this long piece that's left over, and you want to go through the hoop that you created and pull in the opposite direction this top string up here. And when you pull that, you'll see that the loop is getting shorter, and it will eventually pull up this extra piece into what you had wrapped around. Pull it up, pull in opposite directions to tighten, and then you can cut off this excess here. So that's pretty much it. You've made your plant hanger. The only other thing that we need to do now is we need to trim this extra rope or string that we have at the end here to whatever length you want. It's all kind of preference. You can have it cut short, you can leave it long, you can do staggered. However you want to finish it off is up to you. But let's go ahead and see what it looks like with a plant in it. So I have my plant here. I'm going to put it into my new plant hanger that I just made, and let's see how it turned out. Looks pretty good. Super easy, very few materials needed, and a super cute way to display all of your favorite plants. So I hope you enjoyed this video of making a macrame plant hanger. I had a lot of fun making this, and there are so many different patterns that you can do once you know a few of the knots, the gathering knot at the end, of course. You can start from the bottom and make your plant hanger up so there's no fringe at the end. There's so many different ways that you can display your plants in your home, and I hope that this was a good lesson. Please let me know if you have any questions. Reach out to me on Instagram at Northwood and Pine, and I would be happy to chat and help you out with anything that you need in the future. Thanks. Enjoy. Bye.